everyone, once again it is me, the Professor, and this is going to literally be the third video I have recorded today, mainly because I had a whole lot of time before work this morning where I had a little bit of a quiet area I could go to record my Christmas rant, and then I recorded a commentary that I am uploading this evening, and now I am doing this at the behest of Realm Wars. And let me just say this real quick. Apparently Realm Wars believes that between me, the Nation of Johnny K, Scarlet Otaku, Hobbs, and Mr. Sir Raven, we're just like his personal fucking army. But what he asked me to do was to look at a journal entry that was created by a one MetalStar8962 or MetalPhantasyRaider1 or whatever that was, MetalPhantasyRaider1, whatever the fuck his name is on YouTube. He wanted me to look at a journal that he just created today. Now this journal is about Realm Wars, the Nation of Johnny K, and Scarlet Otaku. I guess he decided not to bring up Hobbs, despite the fact that Hobbs has done a rant with Realm Wars about him. But what he did was he was responding to each and every last one of them. And I find it hilarious, because if you look on where the comments were for Nation of Johnny K and Scarlet Otaku, the Nation of Johnny K literally told him when Metal decided to apologize for everything, that Nation of Johnny K came back and said, I don't believe you because you're just going to turn around and do something just as stupid as you have right now. And surprisingly enough, or unsurprisingly enough, Loudon was correct. So I'm going to do a nice little dramatic reading and maybe a side rant on this entire subject of Metal Fantasy. So he starts off saying, first is Realm Wars. I said the fags should leave because they suck. Now here he is referencing a video that he uploaded. I'll put a link in the description where he made a list of fags who he thinks need to have sprite sheets created for them. Internet fags. He calls them internet failures. Here's the funny thing. Later on, down in the comments section of this journal entry, he makes the statement that he made this fag list because no one else has thought of it before. No one else has thought of making a list like this before. Are you seriously saying this? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you really think you're the first fucking person to come on the internet and say, hey, let me make a list of people who are failures on YouTube? By God, you're not. People like PM Rants have done it. People like Archfiend have done it. People like the Hardcore Kid have done it. And PM Rants and Hardcore Kid have gotten some backlash for the videos they made. But they have all made videos about YouTube failures and internet failures. This has been everywhere. You're not the first motherfucker to come up with this shit. So don't try to sit on a goddamn high horse and think you're goddamn special, because you're fucking not. And then he comes back saying as well, how dare you? You have no problem with CS1750 recoloring. Now, if you know who CS1570 is, or 1750, that is Chief Shadow 1750. Here's the thing. Chief Shadow 1750 does a little bit more than just recoloring. And he doesn't act like a mental retard all the time, unlike people, say, you and Vicious, and all these other people out there that are very popular to hate on and make rants about and make fun of. Chief Shadow doesn't act like a goddamn idiot, unlike you. Chief Shadow doesn't take his recoloring as a piece of art, because he realizes what recoloring is. It's not a piece of fucking art. It's recoloring someone else's work. It's taking someone else's work and then trying to make your own bullshit. So that's why he's fine with Chief Shadow doing this. And then he comes back, you went on Cool Mist for your drama. Hypocrite! Okay, dude, how old is the Cool Mist bullshit? Seriously, how old is this? Yeah, okay. And your point is, so what? Realm Wars has commented and Realm Wars has done videos about drama before. How is he a hypocrite? How is he a hypocrite? What he's saying here is, you were going off of the works of other people, such as your rant on Inferno. You literally copied what Realm Wars said when you jumped on the bandwagon just to get attention. Realm Wars doesn't do this for attention. That's not why Realm Wars makes rants about people like Cool Mist, or Inferno the Fox, or Double S Animations, or even you. He doesn't do it for the attention. He does it because he feels like pointing out the bullshit and the stupidity that you people spew from your fucking mouths or whenever you're typing. And then he says, for number 4, and his points back to Realm Wars, I do have a brain. I would be dead if I didn't. Obviously, someone's never heard of a figure of speech before. Yeah, you might have a brain, but that doesn't mean it functions correctly. When he says, you obviously don't have a brain, that means What, are you fucking retarded? Are you stupid? Because that's exactly what he's saying. He's not saying you don't physically have a brain. He says you're an idiot. You act as if you don't have a functioning brain. How do you not know what a fucking figure of speech is? But then again, you don't know how to use fucking Google, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And then he comes back, and I love this one. If you saw Realm Wars rant / dramatic reading about him, and I'll put a link in the description for Realm Wars' video. Metal comes back, or in his dramatic reading that Realm Wars did, he covered a section where Metal talks about mainstream students and how he's not like a mainstream student because he has autism. Realm Wars gets this nice little bit of, what the fuck is mainstream? What is mainstream? What is that? What does he mean by mainstream students? Where he responds saying, mainstreams are regular people. In my school, they are a bunch of kids who my friend Video Game Gnosticism 247 knows. I'm in a class with autistic students who are most of my friends and VGNs. Okay, wait. So, wait, hold on. Wait. Okay. Hold on. God damn! What? No, okay, wait, whoa. Ah. Shit, wait. Okay. Mainstream. Going by the normal definition for something that is mainstream means it is popular. That means it is the popular subject, such as mainstream music. Lady Gaga is fucking mainstream to the end. Okay, as much as I don't like Lady Gaga, many others don't like Lady Gaga, she's fucking mainstream. That's what mainstream means. Mainstream doesn't mean normal. Mainstream doesn't mean non-autistic. And with this, I just find it hilarious that you're using autism as a defense for the way you act. That's what you're fucking doing. You're like, oh guys, I'm autistic. Forgive me for being a goddamn idiot on occasion. Forgive me for acting stupid every time I turn around. I have autism. I hate it when fuckers use autism as a crutch. Okay, I might not have autism. Because, no, I don't have autism. I'm not autistic in the least. I don't have Asperger's or anything. But I have plenty of friends who do have autism who, for what he would say, would be mainstream students. And let's give an example, and as much as this is going to sound like a dick stroke, MetalPhantasyRaider1, Hobbs, he would be a mainstream student by this guy's logic, despite the fact that Hobbs has autism. Why? Because, well, what is Hobbs doing? He's going to college, he's studying psychology, philosophy, he's studying evolution, he's studying all kinds of this bullshit, and he's an extremely smart guy. But he's not a mainstream student, obviously, despite the fact that he's acting like quote-unquote regular people and not having to send the autistic classes in college. How does this fucking work? How? Then he says, sum up, which is horrible grammar, sum up. What the fuck? Sum up? Just two words? That's not a sentence. Sum up, exclamation point. Well, yours isn't as bad as Scarlett's rant, but it's still flawed. Now remember everyone, this is someone who apologized for everything he did and said, oh, you guys are completely right. I was acting like a fucking idiot. Now if you saw Scarlett's video, Scarlett Otaku and Loud and Styles, aka Nation of Johnny K, did a dramatic reading on a deviation that Realm Wars uploaded between him and Poison Rosie, doing the whole joke of the OTP. The one true pairing, and that'll come up again. But the one true pairing. It was a joke thing. And, let's see, Metal came back with this stupid little fucking joke about Realm and Poison sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. I'll send you the link. I'll put the link to the video in the description where you can see what Nation of Johnny K and Scarlett Otaku were talking about. But he made this joke that he thought was fucking hilarious that actually made absolutely no fucking sense because he called it random. He said, oh, this was just random humor. Random humor my ass. But he apologized for all this. He said, oh, I'm okay. Now here's what he says to Scarlett Otaku and the Nation of Johnny K. 1. I was trying to be funny. You guys took it way too seriously. In response to them talking about his little joke, his random joke. Fucking Skype. God damn it. Too Cool Joe 87. Why do you have to call me in the middle of recording a video? But you guys took it too seriously. And this is coming from the guy who takes jokes seriously. When people made jokes in the comments section of that deviation, he took every last one of the fucking jokes seriously. and raged at the jokes. This is coming from the same person who did this. They didn't take your joke seriously. They were pointing out why they didn't find it to be funny. Why they didn't think it was funny. That's not taking it seriously. That's being critical and analyzing what you fucking said. 2. What time should you be random? Huh, Scarlett? Answer it. Which is a stupid fucking question. Because if you watch the video that Scarlett and Loudon uploaded, you will see that Scarlett does explain when she thinks you should be random in your comedy. She says it explicitly. She gives a little short diatribe about being random with your humor. And it's when it fits with the subject matter. Not when you're talking about, say, fucking, well, right here, recolors, and you come off and just randomly bring in Star Wars joke. What? That doesn't make any sense. What the fuck is this going on about? But she explains why. when you should be random. You obviously didn't listen to the fucking video that they made there, Metal. The next, your insults are too dark. You demented psychos. Okay. Fucking seriously. Fucking seriously. Okay. This is coming from the guy who defended GST Superworld, who defends GST Superworld, who supports GST Superworld, a guy who has wished death upon his detractors before, who has wished death on people who don't like him, who made fun of him. You're saying that they are dark and they're demented for making a couple of jokes about, like, let's see, Loudon, I believe he said something like, you should have your dick cut off with a buzzsaw or something like that. But you think that's demented and dark when you defend and you support people like GST who wish death on people? Oh my god, hypocrite! The next, it's hard to tell if someone is using sarcasm. Okay, to this point, I have to be somewhat, okay, yeah, you're right. In a text statement, it's hard to tell when someone's using sarcasm. It really is. It's hard to get sarcasm across in a text statement. But number 6, my faggot list was an original idea no one would ever think up. Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier. Sorry, it wasn't in the comment section. It was right here. The faggot list I mentioned earlier, the link in the description, was an original idea that no one would ever think up. No one would ever think of putting people like Funny Time 77, people like the William0737, Mr. Commentary, these fuckers, Alexander 4048, Irate Gamer, you don't think people have put them on a list of failures before? Are you that fucking stupid? Number 7, he repeats that he does have a brain. Again, he would be dead if he didn't. Number 8, dumbass, coming from a girl who uses Google Plus and names herself some generic username, she would name an anime character she made. Okay. I have 2 things to say here. First off, Scarlet Otaku never said anything about using Google Plus. She told you to Google the letters OTP, which means one true pairing. She told you to Google it. That doesn't mean go on Google Plus, the social network. If you go by this logic, what? Do you think Facebook is a much better search engine than Google Plus? Do you really think they have a better search bar for searching the internet for one true pairings? Are you that fucking stupid? She never mentioned Google Plus. So you're going way off base and taking things out of context and putting words in her fucking mouth. And then 2, using some generic username? Okay, here's what I need to say to you about this. Scarlet Otaku. That explains to me 2 things. She likes the anime character Scarlet, and she's an otaku because she likes anime. Hey, it gives a definition of who she is. It kind of explains who she is on the YouTubes and on the internet. But what do you got for you? Metal fantasy? What the fuck is that? You fantasize about metal being shoved up your ass? Is that what you got? Do you want a metal dildo going up your ass? Do you want to suck a metal cock? Is that what it is? Are you fantasizing about metal? Because that's the only thing I can take from this. And it's really hilarious to hear someone saying that, oh, your shit is unoriginal when you're looking at it, when the person talking is using a fucking Shadow the Hedgehog recolor. Really? A Shadow the Hedgehog recolor. Yeah, that's real fucking original, isn't it? Oh, and yeah, giving him the ability of chaos control, because it's really original to give your Shadow recolor chaos control powers, isn't it? That must have taken a long time to come up with. The number 9. I really am sorry. Jeez, how can I please you people? They do mean something. I'm not sure what the they do mean something is at the end. I don't fucking know. But, geez, how can I please you people? Stop acting like a fucking child, because that's exactly what you're doing, and you're really not sorry if you're coming back with shit like this over and over again, and I can look at the comments of this journal where you're still acting just as dumbasses as you have in this fucking journal itself. You're still acting just as fucking stupid. How can you be sorry if you don't want to change, if you refuse to change? Really? Number 10. Are you two some ranting couple? Because you two seem to like each other. To quote Realm Wars, no, they're not. Loudon and Scarlet Otaku are friends. What, just because they made a rant together, they are immediately a couple? Are you saying Hobbs and Realm Wars are slobbing each other's knobs, even though it's quite possible, just because they made a rant together? Are you saying that anyone who does a rant together is obviously dating and they're fucking because, oh, they like each other? No! Scarlet Otaku and Loudon Styles are friends. And besides, Loudon understands, at the time that Jen decided to label me and name me the pimp of the commentary community, he understands that every woman in the commentary community goes under my control for the sole fact that I am to pimp. That is how it works. But no, they're not a fucking couple. This is the exact same bullshit you did on Realm Wars and Poison. You took a joke, you took something that doesn't mean that we're fucking and tried to turn it into that they're a couple. And try to take it really fucking seriously. Yeah, the whole Realm Wars Poison thing, OTP, it's a joke. But this, there wasn't even an OTP thing in there. They weren't even talking like they liked each other in this way. I don't even know where you got this fucking idea from. But he ends off saying, this rant was kind of flawed. I see where you're coming from, but kind of flawed. If you see where you're coming from, then why did you try to contest every point they made? Please explain this. You try to contest and defend yourself against everything they said, and yet you understand and you see where they're coming from. Yeah, bullshit. And I love this last line. By the way, Video Game Nasum247, we are still friends. Stop denying it! Okay, dude, if you're quote-unquote friends or denying being friends with you, I think it's time to wake up and realize you don't have any friends. So that's the journal the Realm Wars wanted me to look at. Now, real quick, before I end this video off, I want to talk about his sprite series, his STH series. Saldune the Hedgehog or some shit like that. That's the name of his character, Saldune or whatever, the Hedgehog. And he made his little video series. He's making his sprite series about it. Now here's the fun thing. Who likes slideshows? I know I fucking don't, because that's what it is. It's all slideshows. He is a horrible scriptwriter. His scripting is horrible. His plot so far makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, it's just the first episode, but you would still think that the first episode can make some semblance of a sense. It really doesn't. Enemies are just randomly popping into Saldune's workplace, trying to kill him, with no explanation whatsoever, no previous explanation, no understanding why they're trying to kill him. They just want him dead. And really, the animation, here's the funny, because Metal Fantasy likes to criticize people like Double S Animations for their videos and for their animation styles and the faggotry that they pull. Well, as much as Realm Wars disagrees with me on this, Metal Fantasy, in my opinion, makes Double S Animations look like a god in the spriting community. He really does. At least when Double S Animations makes something that's at least flashy and it feels like a Michael Bay movie, absolutely no substance whatsoever, just a bunch of fucking explosions. There's something to look at, there's a spectacle, but it ain't worth watching nonetheless. But he makes Double S Animations look like a god in the spriting community. Guess what? I'll put a link in the description for his first episode of his Sprite series if you want to watch that. But this is the Professor. That's my dramatic grinning / rant on Metal Fantasy. I hope you enjoyed this new video on this new bandwagon that Realm Wars has decided to create. And once again, and as always, I bid every last one of you a very fine adieu. And hey, Metal Fantasy, I'm extremely proud to be put on your list of people who hated you now and have made rants on you and that you no longer like.